Hello everyone, my name is Hyper1 and today I'll be casting a Gold League game sent in to me by TylerJohnson on the r/StarCraft Discord server. In the bottom right hand corner we have the red Terran player, Knast. And in the bottom left hand corner we have the blue Zerg player, TylerJohnson. Let's see what we got here today. It's gonna be server supply blocked. No, now we are not. Overlord is gonna head to the natural, then the red. This one just going straight across the map, straight to the natural. I think on this map it's totally acceptable to leave it in here so you can get the scout at the ramp later. But you know, scouting is better than not scouting. So it looks like it's gonna be an 18 hatchery. An 18 hatch from Tyler. 18 pool. No, 18 gas. I'm sorry. And when are we gonna get? Oh yeah, pool is not gonna be done for a while. No minerals. Come on, pool. Wow, that was a bit late. 18 hatch, 18 gas, 18 pool, I guess. That's interesting. That might have been a 17 pool. My memory is just not working today. Anyway, Reaper on the way. It's gonna be a Reaper fast expand coming up from Knast. SCV Scout. It is just gonna go up the ramp. Oh, it's not even gonna go up the ramp. It's just gonna scout for a bit. Just gonna scout to see confirm there is a natural on the way. So you know how built it is. That's a hatch first, so he shouldn't be worried about lings coming his way too quickly. The lings will not be done. The lings will not be over here until that CC is done. So already starting the low ground wall off. Nasta supply block. Come on. Where's your okay, factory's over here, but you need, okay, so you're gonna make a tech lab on the barracks. Interesting choice coming out of Knast. Is he gonna research something with it, or is he gonna is he gonna research stim, or is he gonna get marauders? Let's see what he currently
complete.
His Reapers go. He sees. Okay, drone will go down, and this Reaper is 3 kills. Not bad at all. Natural CC is done. Queens are out for TylerJohnson, who is once again, if you watched the game the other day, he also did a fast lair timing in that match, and looks like he's going to go for a really quick lair again. This was like at 3 minutes. It's going to be done in around 4 minutes, I think. If memory serves correct, the lair takes about 1 minute. Don't quote me on that, I don't wizard. eBay wall off on the low ground from Knast. This one is also a starport, so looks like we're hiding all the tech from the Zerg player. So Tyler actually has no idea what the buildings inside this base are. He doesn't know if it's bio, he doesn't know if it's mech, he doesn't know if it's some other weird thing going on. There's almost done. Link speed has not been researched. I repeat, link speed has not been researched. So Tyler is presumably not going to make very many lings this game. Or that's what I say, but the replay file was massive. And usually when the replay file is massive, it means a lot of units were made. And usually the unit that is really easy to make in large numbers is Zerglings. So okay, finally we are gonna get link speed, and this is a really quick 4 gas timing, along with roaches. Okay, an evo chamber on a single evo chamber on a roach warren going down. If we're getting this much gas, I would really like to see at least two evo chambers. That way you can actually get 2 upgrades with the gas that you're getting. So Marine, a Marauder, and a Reaper over here from Knast. It's an interesting army composition, and a Cyclone and a Medevac. So you got one of everything, and +1 infantry weapons and armor is on the way from Knast. 2 more barracks will finish up, so this will most likely be a bio. This is definitely going to be a bio game coming out of our Terran player. Load up the medevac. He's going to go across the map. TylerJohnson has a changeling in there. He sees mules being dropped, but did he actually notice that there's a drop coming in towards his base right now? He is not making army. Tyler is not making army, so this drop has the potential to do considerable damage, is what I would say, but this medevac seems to be a little bit indecisive about where it wants to go. It confirms that there is this medevac confirms that there is a third base from the Zerg player, but it will immediately turn around and go home. Tyler asks, "Are you lagging?" And Knast says, "Yeah." So you don't know, Tyler likes to talk to his opponents a lot. It's just the way that he plays the game. Medevac is finally home. We're gonna load 2 more. These need to be right-clicked off of this medevac. Yeah, when you load a medevac, you need to make sure like the rest of your army that didn't fit in the medevac is not following those medevacs. You need to right-click with them somewhere else. So they don't. If you want them to stay at home, you need to right-click somewhere else. 2 more changelings will get blown up. They didn't get up the ramp in time, so they didn't change. 2 armories on the way. 2 armories. So this is actually going to be weird biomech. Stim is almost done. Forgot to mention that going up. CC almost done. 3rd CC almost done. 4th CC just started. And this medevac, this drop is. Let's see where this drop is going to get done. 3 infestors on the way. Not a common unit to see in the lower leagues because not a lot of players know how to use them very well. We will get 4 Marines, or maybe 2 Marines and a Hellion. I forget. No, that was a Marauder. Oh my god, my memory's so bad today. Anyway, looks like we're just gonna drop our army in the front here. Knast will not manage to kill the Queen in time, and he gives up a couple more units in exchange for a couple links. So overall, I mean, I guess it's not really bad, but he also hasn't gotten anything done with these drops. TylerJohnson still scouting this base. Continues to confirm that there is no vertical 3rd expansion for Knast. So really, what Tyler should be asking himself right now is, what the hell could this Terran player be doing? And he's about to find out. This Overlord is... This Overlord, if you're playing Zerg on this map against a Terran, you really need to be wary of this CC just floating down, because it's something they can easily do and you can't. So anyway, TylerJohnson will see that... I mean, some people don't have good minimap awareness, but that is a pretty big red dot. Big red square on your map is a miss. So hopefully he does notice that there is a base here, and it will be morphed into a planetary, not an orbital. So naturally, planetary in the forward position will make it easier to defend. But if you don't have at least three orbital commands, it can be difficult to stay on economic parity with your opponent. If they're Zerg or Protoss, it will be difficult to keep on in even work. Fortunately for Knast, though, TylerJohnson does not appear to be too interested in joining up. Instead, Tyler is just going straight to army. You're off of 54 drones, 4 base, almost 4 base, but he's only making a few more drones, and this is a lot of Infestor Lingbane. Not Hydra Lingbane, not Muta Lingbane, just Infestor Lingbane. So let's see what he gets done with those Infestors. Of course, Infestor are not as common of a unit to work with Lingbane with nothing else to support it, because Hydras and Lings are just faster. They're also better for straight up fights, especially now that you can't use Infested Terran anymore. Small group is going to come up on the top, so they are going to take out this Queen. He stands under the creep. TylerJohnson does not appear to be responding to this. Okay, he will respond. Get the Cyclone, and the Medivacs are gonna get out of there. In the meantime, 2 Medivacs came in, and okay, there a lot of Medivacs just coming in with full payloads and just not dropping them this game. Tyler knows the space is there. He should know that. But his first priority should really be to, like, okay, bases are gonna be built down here. Tyler should totally get the alert for this. And okay, he will see that there are bases, CCs being built on site at the vertical 30 location. And he also knows that there's a planetary here. So he's a 4-basing Zerg with a 5th base coming up against a 3-basing Terran with a... Actually, no, that's still even. But still, if we would break down these rocks, on this map, if you break down these rocks and you can just... And the Terran doesn't break down their own rocks in time, you can just deny this expansion for free. Hydras are out from TylerJohnson now. Adrenal gland on the way. Let's see how upgrades are going. Knast still has a stem combat shield 1-1 infantry, and looks like for Tyler we've got both roach upgrades, pneumatize carapace, burrow, ling speed, bane speed, +1 carapace, and neuroparasite. +1 armor, +1 ground vehicle weapons and armor are coming up. It's like getting more bio, and we're also making Thors now. I kind of like this wall. I don't dislike this wall. I just wonder, against Zerg, it should probably be a full wall, or you could just funnel all the Ling Bane through a choke point like this. Like the AI will just path those units through, and you'll get free siege tank hits on an army that is just flooding through a choke point. 5 Medivacs will drop an army in here to protect it from a threat that is not immediate. No, this is not just for protection. He is gonna go for a drop. In the meantime, TylerJohnson is gonna prepare a very big Ling run by. Let's see how Knast reacts to this. He sees the Lings, but if you didn't know, planetaries are pretty good against Lings. They one-shot them. So you need a lot of Lings to take down a planetary. Push coming in from the front for Knast. These Cyclones are gonna get some lock-ons and pick off a couple units at the start of the fight. Almost pure Marauder on the bio. Very interesting decision. Marauders are great when it comes to taking less splash damage from these Banelings, but against Zergling Hydra, they just don't have the raw DPS to take them out. So, interesting choice. But in the meantime, oh wait, no, the Marines are all over here. What am I saying? The Marines are all over here, and they're destroying his main base. Slowly the reinforcements will come in to try to deal with this. Banelings will get alright connections, but okay, the Marines, this is enough to clean up the Marines, just barely. In the front, meanwhile on the front, this Marauder Thor group did manage to snipe this, did manage to take out this hatchery in the front. Gonna pick up, rotate around. Tyler is really trying to catch this medevac so it doesn't get anywhere, because this entire push has done a lot of damage to TylerJohnson's base. He's now down in workers, even on bases. This one is okay. I guess we're double planetary. This CC is still on the main. He could float this over to the gold base for income or turn it into an orbital, but please don't just let it sit in your base doing nothing. +2 ground carapace is on the way for the Zerg player. Looks like +2 weapons and armor for ground vehicles and infantry is also on the way for Knast, who is doing very nicely with upgrades so far. Definitely doing a great job with that. Okay, Knast, you gotta know, you cannot defend this base if this debris on your side is not broken and they break through theirs first. So this could possibly be a very dead base, which would help bring TylerJohnson back into the economic running. We're gonna bring a rather Wow, okay, I guess we're just gonna abandon this attack now? Okay. I really thought you could have taken that, but for all you know, there's a big scary army that's... Wait, no. Anyway, Knast comes over with a siege tank. These 2 siege tanks, so... These are... Oh my god, those are a bit far back. But these siege tanks... Okay, what is this? You're making the wall, but the siege tank is so far back that it can't even shoot a single hex in front of the wall. Gotta move the siege tank up. This wall is not protected by anything with this planetary and this siege tank so far back. More marine, more bio Thor production coming out of Knast. So far, no major changes to army composition coming out of either player. There is a greater spire that has just been... We are now mutating a greater spire. We are also now just getting Hydralisk range and +1 melee and ranged weapons for Tyler. Yeah, these lings just don't hit very hard when everything has +2 armor. This planetary is 3 armor. Those Zerglings only do 5 damage per attack, so they just don't do anything to these like mech and bio units, which is 2 and 3 armor respectively. I believe Marauders have 1 base armor. Marines has 0 base armor though. So they just do like 2 to 3 damage instead of 5 damage when they should be doing like 5 damage. Yeah, anyways, it's just really bad if you're the Zerg player and you're behind on upgrades like this. Looks like we are gonna attempt to force our way down here. A couple tanks in the back. Okay, Neuroparasite on Thor, and all the siege tank on the medevac. Wow. Okay, excellent use of spellcasters coming out of Tyler here. We're just gonna steal all of these units and then take down the planetary. Now that the defense is not even protecting anything. TylerJohnson would be fantastic. Investor Neuroparasite play. It will now obliterate that mech bio army. Knast is now coming back down this side of the map. There is no saving that CC, and is he gonna be able to break into this position? No, looks like he's gonna retreat for now. It's kind of funny how investors can use the Neuroparasite ability while burrowed, and they can also move while burrowed. That is always something to see. More Hydras coming out from TylerJohnson, and this time he remembered his upgrades exist, guys. So he's gonna get +2 melee and range grab weapons and +3 carapace. And more Bio-Thor coming out of Tyler. I'm not sure Bio-Thor is the way to deal with. Bio-Thor could definitely be... It's not a bad army composition. Oh, we are getting lurkers. We are now just getting lurkers. So we're going to add some Liberators into the mix, get even more barracks. Okay, I'm not sure how much value these bio units are going to get against this composition now. Investors could fungal the bio, and then the lurkers... Bio cannot fight the lurker directly by themselves. You need siege tanks, or ghosts, or liberators. +3 infantry weapons and armor on the way, as well as +3 ground vehicle weapons and armor. Changelings will spot the ground army of the Terran player coming to defend his base. But is it gonna be enough? Okay, you gotta get in there. Stutter step forward. The repair is really good. The repair is really good on these, but it is ultimately not gonna be enough. You're gonna neural the siege tank after the base dies. I mean, hey, if you got energy to spend, you may as well spend it. Hey, no, kill the tank before you go. Okay, fair enough. Knast is gonna come in here with a desperation drop. He's gonna boost away from the army, and he's just gonna drop. He's just going for it, man. Oh no, but these Marines just stuck out here. If you make this is not how you drop an army, guys. If you drop an army in a line like this, your opponent's army is just gonna encounter your units one by one, and all of them are just gonna get shot down. Oh my god! And there's a full medevac that will get shot down by Hydralisks. These Thors are retreating. run for their lives, but they can't run very fast. They are only 2.62 move speed. So these lurkers and hydras will catch up to them in no time. Especially on creep. I'm not sure now is not the time to be spending your orbital energy on scanning and clearing creep. Now is the time to get some money and build some gosh darn units, because you don't have an army and your opponent now has an army and you know where it is. It's in front of your base. Lurkers burrowed, unburrowed. Cool. Hydra lurker now incoming. We're floating a base to this. We are floating a CC to this expansion for the second time this game, and I don't think this time TylerJohnson will not even know it's there. So potentially we can start to build some economy back for Knast and get back in this game. Possibly, hopefully. But not if TylerJohnson decides to just come in here and just destroy everything. +3 range weapons, +3 melee attack. Lurker, I believe that is the Lurker range upgrade, and the Infestor extra starting energy upgrade. Okay, +3 weapons and armor for both infantry and ground vehicles is done for Knast. So now his units are going to be really strong when they pop out. But does he even have enough of them to make a difference? He only has 72 army supply and what is it? 24 Marines, a Marauder, 2 Siege Tanks, 2 Liberators, and 2 Cyclones. Against a big Hydra Lurker Infestor Ball. The Siege Tanks and Liberators are great for dealing with Hydras and Lurkers. They are not so great when there are 7 Infestors involved and all of them are going to get narrowed the second they get spotted. I sort of like this coming out of Knast. He knows he's behind in this game, so he's gonna fight. He's gonna try to fight his way back into the game. He's not just gonna sit here, let it go down. He will come to this base, kill a few workers, get what he can with these Cyclones. Though ultimately, I'm not sure. Okay, 10 kills on this Cyclone and 5 kills on that Cyclone. So it looks to me like they have managed to pay for themselves. Okay, my observer skills are less than good today. I need to use follow more often. Control F, or Control Shift F for smart follow. This siege tank is still back here, not far forward enough to protect anything, and this orbital is just here, not mining anything. Drop a mule. Okay, there we go. Drops 4 or 5 mules. Let's go. You can even drop another mule on each patch, but I don't think he has the orbital energy for it. Hydra Lurker Ling Ball will come in from the north. This time this is not a planetary, so it will not have as much armor. It should be more vulnerable to these attacks. +3 melee and ranged weapons. Just +3 melee and range attack just finished up for Tyler, which means this is technically a timing attack. Go kill him! Oh my god, that was a lot of dead Marines screaming out of me. Where's your infestors? Your infestors are on the other side of the map, where they are not going to help deal with these siege tanks and liberators. Very cool. Okay, those lurkers have 10 range now, I believe. So you're not just going to walk. You need siege tanks to deal with this. Your 7 range doors and your 5 and 6 range bio are not going to be enough to deal with this. You need ghosts. You need ranged liberators, ghosts, or siege tanks. One of those 3. Or like banshees or BCs, but why? Investors are finally here. Oh, it looks like we're gonna hope that TylerJohnson doesn't push into this position because he doesn't know that there's basically nothing over here. And instead, we're gonna do a triple drop. We're gonna drop one. We're gonna unload 1 medevac here. It's gonna start to get some. Oh my god, that's actually a decent number of worker kills. Max is pretty far behind, but this is starting to make up the difference somewhat. Not really. It looks like TylerJohnson is just going to A move the entire army back home. Yeah, that is an A move. We're A moving the Hydras back home to deal with this. It's not an F2 A move, but we're just moving all the Hydras back and we did. Full medevac dies again. Ultralist Cavern on the way for TylerJohnson, who was looking up. This is a huge bit. 18,500 resources for TylerJohnson. He's just going to make. He can make up to like 30 ultras and just come in here and destroy everything. Oh no. A lot of lurkers die, but the rest of them will survive. Scans go down on the infestors, so they will not be immune from these planetaries. Neural Thor. Oh my god. Neural the Thor again. Keep neuraling the Thor. SCV is not really knowing what they're doing over here. This base not getting muled. This base just got taken. I think I wasn't paying attention. Marauder dies. And then it's... Okay, these spines are just... Look at this. These spines are just tossing the poor dead lifeless corpse up into the air over and over again. Neural the Thor again. We're all out of neural energy and these lurkers are dead. That investor... This attack is finally going to get cleaned up. But at what cost? Hydra Ball comes in. Lings die to take when they don't have to. But it's okay because we have more money. Or Tyler has more money. More lurkers will be morphed. Let's look at the resources last tab. TylerJohnson has actually been a lot more cost efficient as the Zerg player. He's managed to take more of the base, mine more, just have more income, and then he's managed to take these really gosh darn efficient trades with these lurkers. Just let the opponent run into the lurkers, get free value out of them, and then neural whatever's left. So far, decent strategy that has been working out okay for TylerJohnson. Liberator will be killing 12 drones and Zerglings, I guess. Ultralist speed is done. I believe that is... where's your Ultra Cavern? Okay, no. Ultra speed, that is not Ultra speed, that is Lurker speed. My bad. Ultralisk armor upgrade on the way, halfway done. We are still getting more bio. More Marine Marauder out of Knast, who is basically... Oh my... He is nobody. Knast never got to... Knast is quickly mining that base up. He's mining this base up. He never actually took that base, and he never really got to take that base. This forward base has some potential, so he will finally lift that 1 CC that he made here. Or no, I think it's coming from this direction. He will lift an orbital there so he can start mining and finally get some income. Look at how big Tyler's bank is compared to Knast right now, as well as his income. Anyway, as soon as these ultras are done, as soon as Tyler decides to make ultras, these bio units are just dead. In fact, the Cyclones are in trouble too, because believe it or not, Ultralisks with the speed upgrade are around 5 speed, and Cyclones are about 4.73 speed, so Ultras will outrun Cyclones. Like, such a big unit can also run super fast, and nothing here is fast enough. Stim Bio isn't fast enough to run away, Cyclones aren't fast enough to run away, Lures definitely aren't fast enough to run away, so just make Ultras and win the game, or just kill them with these lurkers that you have. We are finally gonna headbutt our way up the space. Normally I'm opposed to headbutts, but hey, the game is basically over. You're maxed out. Nearly 150 army supply, and they have nothing. So just go in there, trade your army away, kill them. Knast not really being able to do anything. I wonder what he's looking at right now. Okay, he will stim the bio. Oh my god. Okay, that didn't work out. And TylerJohnson is your winner. At 28 minutes and 11 seconds. Wow. That was actually, in Gold League, especially Gold League, you don't see a lot of Spellcaster play, especially not coming out of a Zerg player. But that was really good Infestor play. Really good Neuroparasite on the Siege Tanks and Thors. Really made a difference. Like, those Siege Tanks and Thors just deal a lot of damage. These like beefy, really damaging, expensive individual units that are critical to this Terran player's defense. So if just neuraling them away makes a big difference in how the fights go. And as the game ends, all these orbitals are filling up with energy. Oh, man, I feel like the orbital energy use was just not particularly amazing this game. Both players pretty good on the upgrades, though I will say Knast was better overall, but in the end doesn't matter when the upgrades don't matter as much if you can't make units in the first place. And while TylerJohnson never really had a lot of workers, he did make a lot of workers this game, though he never had all that many at the same time. which would have been really good because then he could have gotten to this game state even sooner and just won sooner, and that's always good. Let's look at the resources lost tab. 43,000 resources lost from Knast and about 27,000 lost from TylerJohnson. So we'll look at the idle time. Knast's workers have just been they've just had to run around and just sit and do nothing while bases get blown up to smithereens. So Tyler, with this Hydra Lurker Infestor Zergling play, has managed to find a way to trade really efficiently against this Bio Siege Tank Thor play coming out of Knast. The units lost. Yeah, we lost more Marines that game than we did Zerglings. And usually if the Terran player is only trading if trading away one Marine for one Zergling, that is not too great. Admittedly, there are other units and factors at play involved, but it's not every day you see the Terran player lose even more gas than the Zerg player does. And look at that mineral difference. So yeah, anyway, a really nice Infestor play coming out of Tyler. I think keep doing that Infestor play. If I had to give any advice to these players, as for Knast, I'd say your expansions were just really late. This is more of, in this particular case, if you're gonna take this base, you need to break down your own rocks. You simply cannot defend this base. I know you had the idea to defend this base because you clearly brought in a couple siege tanks and made this planetary. So you recognize the possibility, you even walled this off, so you recognize the possibility that there could be an attack coming your way. But the idea was there, but the execution was not too great. Planetary, the wall was not far back enough for the planetary to shoot all the way over. Siege tank is way too far back. As you can see, the wall that Knast built here was right here. The siege tank was so far back you can't even shoot Zerglings over this wall, let alone the Hydralisks that are probably going to be standing over here. So next time you float a base here, kill the overlords here so they won't see that you're taking a base. I mean, by the fact that you're killing it, they'll probably know anyway, but you can try. This is Gold League. And then you break down your own rocks so you can actually bring in your army to defend this base when you need to, instead of doing these medevac dropping shenanigans where you only drop a third of your army at a time and they can just shove their entire army through this. Have I mentioned, this is a really small choke point. If you put siege tanks here and a wall here, they're not getting through here without losing a lot of units. Same for this choke point. Overall, I think Knast should have made more siege tanks against this composition instead of Thors and bio units, and Thors are great, but you need siege, you need range to deal with, especially lurkers. So overall, pay a little bit more attention to the terrain, pay a little more attention to the fact that you can't even defend your own base with 2 tanks and a planetary with these rocks up. I'm sorry, I'm so fixated on that, but it is a really peculiar feature of this map, and people, if you're going to play on this map, I really think you should know about it. As for, Knast, macro better, build more workers more quickly, and then take more bases. And then get your sensor towers up so that you can know when the Zerg is about to run by and try to destroy your base. And as for TylerJohnson, the Infestor play was really good. I just really wish, one way you could improve is that you need to keep your Infestors behind your other units. Your Infestors do not have an auto attack, so if you just A-move on something, it is possible they will just run directly into that unit. And spellcasters have higher priority for getting targeted by attack, so the Infestors will die first. They're your expensive gas sink unit, and they're also what sort of multiplies the power of your army. So you need to keep them in the back and you need to keep them alive. So try to micro when you issue some kind of attacking command on your army, control click on your Infestors, you'll select all of them and just keep them in the back where they're safe. See, that was a lot of lurker investor that was just lost to 2 planetaries and a Thor over here just because he kept scanning. And you thought he was gonna, maybe you thought he was gonna run out, but this guy has been spending his orbital energy for his life. So there were a lot of scans available. Also, just generally pay better attention to upgrades. I like these 2 Evo chambers that eventually went up, but just the one in the start, I'm not too sure about that. And same goes for you. You were on a really low worker count, especially for a Zerg player the entire game. If you just turbo it up to 3 base, get to 66 drones, and then you could get your lair timing. Because you can, if you get this lair too early, you straight up can. I know you want to get into this like Hydro Lurker infestor tech quickly because you think it keeps you safe. You might think it keeps you safe and whatnot. I've seen this in your games before, but if you don't have the money to capitalize on the tech that you have, tech is expensive. You need money. You need 3 bases and a good economy to even start pumping those units out. So get the better economy, and then your army production will turbo up even faster than it did in this game. Overall, I liked your general awareness of the overlords. Spread over here so you could see the expansion. Spread over here so you can see that expansion. And yeah. Overall, just really solid. Not bad. I'm sort of liking how your Zerg is turning up. Of course, I'd like to see you... Actually, no, never mind that. That's a topic for another time. Anyway, this is Hybrid 1, and this has been a game of StarCraft 2, a Gold League replay sent in to me by TylerJohnson, and that's all for now. See you later.